Welcome back, everybody, to part 3 of my learning the AH-64 Apache. Hope you're all doing okay. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Today's lessons are going to be rockets and the AGM-114 laser Hellfire. I'm excited to fire both of these, so let's get on into it.
Welcome to the AH-64 Basic Aerial Rocket Deployment. We begin in flight at 1,400 feet AGL. You are in active pause. This training will be performed from the pilot's position. Unless otherwise indicated, most highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. On your first time through the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. Your cockpit has been set to the proper configuration for this phase of flight. The left MPD shows the weapons page. The right MPD is the Tactical Situation Display, TSD. The HDU is in cruise mode. NVS is set to normal. Confirm the cockpit configuration, and when ready, press the spacebar to continue.
Okay, that's freaking sweet. I could see the pod up in front of me following my head movements. Oh, that is sick.
With this training, the target is an SA-3 setting up west of Senaki-Kowoki Air Base.
Alright.
Your first task is to add this target to the TSD as the acquisition source. On the TSD, press button bottom 2, nav, to toggle to attack mode. Select the point page with push button bottom 6, and then add with push button left 2. Bring the cursor to the right MPD, TSD. Then move the cursor over the target area shown in the pop-up graphic. Then press collective grip the cursor enter.
Okay.
When you have successfully completed this step, press the space bar.
Alright, so let's zoom that in just a little bit. Move the cursor to this area. It's about right here. And press. Okay.
On the left MPD weapon page, press push button top 5 for warp. You will see the target you just entered as a single line. Press push button left 1 next to the line to set it as the acquisition source. Check the weapon page and the HDU to see T01 is the acquisition source.
I see it in my right eye in the bottom right.
About 11 o'clock to see the acquisition source Q over the crosshair. Also note that the range to target left of the field of regard has changed to approximately N 5.0.
Yep.
N indicates the range is based on the navigation system. 5.0 is 5 kilometers. If everything is correct, press the space bar to continue.
Yep, I can see them right there. I can't get over that pod's following my head. That is so cool. I know that's legit to the aircraft, but it's still pretty sweet, the technology in these things.
With the target location entered, the next task is to configure the rockets.
Configure the rockets.
Use the cyclic grip function WAS left to select rockets. Then press the space bar to continue.
Was left. Looks good.
All 4 rocket pods will be highlighted for a total of 76 rockets.
There are.
You will be shooting salvos of 4 rockets each.
Okay.
Press quantity, push button right 1 to change the rocket salvo quantity. Then select 4 and push button right 3. front console, toggle the Safe Arm button to Arm. As mentioned in the brief, the rocket pod pylons articulate in the vertical plane with range. Look forward and
Oh,
tilt your head
wow,
up and
cool.
down. As you do, you will see the pylon limit display just above the field of regard box when the pods hit the high and lower limits of articulation. When ready to continue, press the space bar.
You see that? That eye in my right eye, when I'm outside of its range, it's no longer solid, it's dashed. When I'm in its movement range, it's solid.
Finally, to ensure a pull-up no lower than 500 feet AGL, you will start a pull-up at 700 feet AGL. Bring up the flight page on the right MPD by pressing the AC button. Then set, bottom 6, and then press low, top 2, to set the low altitude warning. On the KU, enter 700 and press enter. Press the space bar when you have completed these steps.
Got it. 700.
Bring the TSD back up on the right MPD by pressing the. You are ready to fly towards and attack the target.
All right.
When you resume flying, you will
Rotor
maintain
RPM
70
high.
knots at an altitude of 1,400 feet AGL. Turn towards the target, putting your line of sight cue over the acquisition source cue. Force trim the aircraft to level, straight flight. As you do, observe the rocket I-beam aiming cue. Apply coordinated cyclic and rudder in the direction of the I-beam's displacement from the center line until the I-beam is aligned with the line of sight crosshair's vertical line. Remember, the I-beam is a steering cue. The line of sight crosshair is the aiming cue.
Okay.
To begin flying, press the space bar.
Force trim the aircraft to level straight, coordinated flight. As you do, observe the rocket I-beam aiming cue. Apply coordinated cyclic and rudder in the direction of the I-beam's displacement from the center line of the I-beam is aligned to the LOS crosshair vertical line. Remember, the I-beam is the steering cue and the LOS crosshair is the aiming cue. Okay, here we go. I'm ready to fly. Get my power set here. Otherwise, I'll just fall out of the sky after a remove from active pause. Here we go.
At 2,000 meters, begin a 5-degree nose-down dive and engage the target. A good practice is to fire a salvo, observe the impacts, then, if rounds go long, line of sight down. If rounds go short, line of sight up. Break off the attack at 700 feet AGL or 1,000 meters range, whichever comes first.
Okay. Let me just get force trimmed here. We turn. Cool.
Red smoke marks the target. Begin the attack run. SA-3 site is out of action.
That is sick.
Congratulations, you have successfully completed AH-64D rocket training. You may press escape to exit or the space bar to continue flying.
That's pretty straightforward. I like it. It's a lot of fun. Let's see what we got left. Okay, so we got full pods over here. Oh, I guess it reloaded me. Alright, I think I'm going to continue flying for a bit. Let's hit spacebar. I want to go back down here.
Altitude low. Altitude low. Rotor RPM low. Rotor RPM low. Rotor RPM low. Rotor RPM low.
I want to turn around and check the damage. Well, I bet you that looked cool. Well, there's another truck right there. Where do you think you're going? Radar dish is smoking a little bit. Where's that truck at that was trying to escape? He's down by the road there. See him? I'm gonna do a run on that truck. Let's see if I can figure out, figure out how to do just targets of opportunity here. Okay, the little cue was off because I wasn't flying level. That's why. Okay, I got it now. Let me retrim here. Okay, that should do it. Coming around to get that vehicle. I'm in the shadow here. Where's that vehicle? There it is. Let's get stabilized here and do a pass on this vehicle here. Okay, I think I got him maybe. Let's go on this radar again. For this practice mission, or excuse me, for this training mission, it looks like they got me on a limited ammo here. Which is fine for practicing, I guess. Yeah, I got that truck that I wanted. And then I got that radar on my next pass. This is very cool. Very cool. Alright, let's go on to the next training mission. AGM 114 Kilo Hellfire Training. Alright, let's see what we got. There's the Hellfires. I'm in the front seat. Let's do it.
Welcome to the AH-64D AGM-114K Laser Guided Hellfire Missile Training. You begin in flight at 200 feet AGL. You are in active pause. You are armed with 8 laser Hellfires. This training will be performed from the co-pilot gunner position. Press the spacebar to continue.
Okay, let's look around and see what we got. Looks like we got a target up there on the road. Hey George, how you doing today, fella? It's kind of a quiet one. Alright.
Unless otherwise indicated, most highlighted button presses and spacebar presses will immediately forward the lesson to the next step. On your first time through the training, it is recommended that you listen fully to each set of instructions before taking the action that will move the lesson forward. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. Before beginning this training, you need to enter 3 targets into your TSD. They will be used as acquisition sources. For training convenience, the target points are located at the flight plan waypoints. To begin, on the right MPD, TSD, press push button bottom 6, point. Then press push button left 2, add, followed by push button left 6, TG. Toggle the cursor to the TSD and slew the cursor to the center of W01. Then press cursor enter. You should see target point information for T01 displayed in the window at the bottom of the TSD. When complete, press the spacebar to continue.
Here we go.
Again on the right MPD, TSD. Then press TG, left 6. Cursor over and center on W02. Then press cursor enter. Once T02 has been entered, repeat the process for T03. Once this has been completed, back out of the point page by pressing point, bottom 6, and press the spacebar to continue.
Here we go, all three.
You see the 3 target points created. Put the TSD in attack mode by pressing nav, push button, bottom 2. Attack will display at bottom 2. You should see 3 red target points, T01, T02, T03. When ready to continue, press the spacebar.
I don't know if that third one, it doesn't look like that third one took. So let's go ahead and try that again. Add. There we go. Now we got 3. Okay, perfect.
WAS missiles. Press left hand grip, WAS right.
Was right.
The left MPD weapon page shows the AGM-114 configuration. Important information boxes include sight, set to TADS, acquisition, set to fixed, laser spot tracker, set to channel A, laser range finder designator, set to channel A, laser channel settings, channels, primary set to A, alternate set to B. When ready to continue, press the spacebar. On the right side of the weapon display, note the following. Type at right 1 is set to SAL.
Yep.
Mode at right 2 is set to norm. Trajectory at right 3 is set to DAR, direct. These settings are for a lock on before launch or low ball engagement. When you have checked this, press the spacebar.
Low ball engagement. Lock on before launch.
To engage the first target, a T-55 tank, begin on the right MPD TSD by pressing push button top 5 forward, and then select the T01 line by pressing. Note that in both the weapons display and the TADS, the acquisition source has changed to T01. Slew the TADS by pressing the right hand grip slave button. The TADS will center on the T01 spot. To find the target, press slave again, then use the left hand grip field of view controls and the right hand grip manual track controller to find and zoom in on the target. When you have the T-55 centered and the TAD sight, press the spacebar.
There he is. Alright, there we go. Alright, there is the T-55.
Illuminate the target with the Laser Range Finder Designator, LFRD, by pressing and holding the right hand grip LFRD trigger to the second D-tank. Press the spacebar while you do this.
Okay, hold.
Note the range. It should read about 1,500 meters.
Yep,
The
1504.
small dash box will change to a larger solid line box called the low ball constraints box. This means the missile is tracking the coded laser energy and is ready to fire. Hold the right hand grip trigger to the first D-tank.
Not that one.
As the missile fires,
Cool.
continue to hold the LRFD trigger at the second detent. Do not let go of the laser until missile impact. Note in the lower right of the TADS, a missile time of flight counter has begun. Watch for missile impact.
Alright, so the button I was using...
You release the LFRD trigger. Then press the spacebar.
Okay, so the button I was using is not going to work because it's just... It's not full-on lasing. There we go. Holding it, holding it. It's going down. Boom! Looked like it was short. What was that about? The lower right of the TEDS missile countdown. It's landing short. Going down, going down. I don't understand that. Why did it land short? There, hold it here. There. And fire. Hold it. Hold it.
SA-11, 12 o'clock. Search.
Nice, there it goes. Haha, got him. Cool. Yeah, maybe just my point that I was aiming at was a little short or something. Cool.
The first shot was from active pause, which provides a completely stable hover. From now on, you will use George AI to provide a realistic hovering platform.
Good deal.
Bring up the George AI interface, set the altitude to over 300 feet, ensure airspeed is 0. When George is correctly configured, toggle the George AI interface off. When ready to begin flying, under George AI control, press the spacebar.
Okay, 300 feet. Altitude over 300 feet, 0 knots. Okay. Going down to 0.
Copy, just slow one down.
Altitude over 300.
Copy, increasing altitude.
Okay. Get rid of the AI. Let's make sure it's pointing straight. Yep, okay. Now go ahead and spacebar.
The next target is at T02, an SA-11 battery
requested
just over
altitude.
5,000 meters at your 12 o'clock. Specific targets are the Snowdrift Search Radar and SA-11 Command Vehicle.
Okay.
On the TSD, press
I see them up
top
ahead.
5, Chord. Then select T02. Press right hand grip, Slave. Wait until George has
There they
brought
are.
the aircraft into a stable hover pointing towards T02.
At requested speed.
Press Slave again and use the manual track controller and field of view controls to find and target the Snowdrift radar. When you have the Snowdrift targeted, press the spacebar to continue.
There's the Snowdrift radar right there. There he is. 5,000.
Press the LRFD trigger to the first detent to get a quick range to the target. It should be around 5,000 meters. At that distance, and in daylight conditions, the TV optics can provide a closer view of the target. On the left-hand grip, use the TADS sensor select switch to switch to TV.
Okay.
Readjust
Cool.
the aim and field of view as necessary. When you have the snowdrift properly targeted, press the spacebar to continue.
Okay, the TV, that's cool.
For this engagement, you'll use a high trajectory lock-on after launch blowout shot. On the left MPD weapon page, press push button right 3 trajectory, and then press push button right 1 high.
Okay.
The blowout firing sequence is 1. Hold the left hand grip weapons firing trigger. Missile launch. 2. Watch the time of flight counter and count off 4 seconds. 3. Hold the LRFD trigger to the second detent and hold until missile impact. When you are ready to do these steps, press the spacebar to continue.
Okay, so launch the missile, time of flight counter, count off 4 seconds, and then hit the second detent for the laser, and then hold it until impact. Got it.
Shoot the missile. Count 4 seconds. Laze
Okay.
the target.
Okay.
LRFD to second detent and hold. Watch for missile impact. Only then release the LRFD trigger.
Okay, got it. Launch. 2, 3, 4. Laze. Looks like it's heading right at it.
Some
Oh,
of the
cool.
SA-11 support vehicles will move to cover. Ignore them. Use manual track field of view to find and target the command vehicle. Repeat the high trajectory low L engagement against the command vehicle.
Alright, where's the command vehicle? Possibly that one? Not sure. I think it is. Oh, that's got a whip on it. I'm not sure which one's the command vehicle. I think maybe this one. Or is that the reload? That looks like a launcher to me. Yeah, it looks like that command vehicle's on the other side of all this stuff. That may be him right here. We'll find out, won't we? Okay. Launch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Laze. It's coming down. Kaboom! That is so freaking cool. That's the command vehicle. I launched at the wrong one, but that's okay. That's the command vehicle there. And launch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Laze. It's telling me to laze the target. So I guess I really don't have to count to 4. But as a backup I could. 2, 1, 0.
Your next target is an armor column approaching from the southeast. On the TSD, select T03 by pressing top 5 board, and then select the T03 line with left 3. On the TADS, in the field of regard box, note that the field of view box has moved to the right. Bring up George AI and adjust your heading to bring the field of view box to the center of the field of regard. Look outside forward to find a red smoke marker and see that you are pointed in that general direction.
Coming right.
When you have done this, exit the Georgia AI interface
On
and
course.
press the spacebar.
Got it? That's a little off. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a little off. I don't want it to be a little
At
off.
requested heading.
I want to be pointing
Coming
right at
left.
the red smoke.
On course. Coming left. At requested heading. Coming right.
Good enough.
On course.
Okay. Press the spacebar to continue.
The range to the T-03 targets will be between 2,000 to 3,000 meters. On the weapon display, select direct trajectory by pressing right 3 trajectory and then right 3 again, or when the armor column appears, it will be moving along the road to your front. To engage moving targets, you will make use of the manual track controller in conjunction with the linear motion compensation (LMC) function. With LMC on, the longer you push on the manual track controller, the faster the TAD's view moves in that direction. Release the manual track controller and the TAD's movement continues at its last speed. To slow TAD's movement, press the manual track controller in the opposite direction. To stop TAD's movement, toggle LMC off. Press slave to free the manual track controller. Then press the left-hand grip LMC button or button you have mapped to a keyboard bind or your peripheral controller. Practice with small left and right, then up and down movements until you feel you can effectively set the TAD's smooth speed. When ready to continue, toggle LMC off. Reset the TAD's view, toggle slave on and off again. When
What
ready
did I
to
just
continue,
hit?
Press the space bar.
That button shouldn't have been mapped. Well, I'm out of ammo now. That's great. So this is also set to fire, which we don't want that one. LHGLMC. Okay, I see what it's doing. Okay, I got it. When ready, turn that off. Toggle slave on and off. Press spacebar to continue.
When you sight the enemy armor, select a vehicle and track it using manual track and LMC. With a good track, pull the LRFD trigger to the second D tag. Get a good low wall constraints box. Pull the weapon firing trigger.
Alright, this is kind of a pain, but I'll get it. Just barely moving these things will cause it to go crazy. But this is a manual tracking mode, so just take some practice. Guess what I can do is get it up there, turn it off, turn it back on. This manual track mode's a pain in the butt. Alright, that's pretty close. Get a range. Okay, let's try this again. I had to redo it, get back to this point, so that way I can have my weapons. Since I accidentally shot that off. Okay. So now, we've got the vehicle here. Let's go ahead and start our manual track. There we go, manual track. That's pretty good. After I adjusted the sensitivities and the curvatures and all that. Why is it going super fast now?
Keep LFRD on. If necessary, make small adjustments to keep tracking the target all the way to weapons impact. Miss?
Okay, I hit
Try
behind.
again.
As it went off target a little bit. Let's bring this down toward the wheels. There, fire. Holding the track.
Congratulations.
That
You
got
have
him.
Successfully engaged stationary and moving targets with the AGM-114K laser Hellfire missile.
Cool.
Press escape to exit the training or continue to fly.
Nope, I got 3 more. I'm going to take out these guys here. Stationary. Fire. Got him. Range. Laser fired. Fire. Got one more after this. Good hit. There's one more out there. I'm gonna see if I can't just switch to the gun and see if I hit it with the gun and see what that does. Just like that. Fire a burst. Didn't quite. With the FLIR, let's see. Let's get a better ranging. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it's hitting around it after I got the better ranging. That's alright, cool. Let's go ahead and take it out with my last Hellfire here. Hold, laze, and fire. That is too cool. Oh man, that is a lot of fun. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for coming along on today's flight. And next week what I'll do is I'm going to take this beast into the Nevada Test and Training Range. The Dragon Riders have a training server that goes on all week, and then we use it for our flights. So what we do is we'll go into the NTTR and do our training there. So next week I'll probably put all of this together, what I've learned so far, and go into the training and blow some stuff up, fly around, practice flying. So I look forward to doing that next week. Hope you enjoy. Have a good one.